In the UK yesterday, a pill form of the weight loss drug Wegovy was released, and this is set to increase the amount of people using it. Try a GLP-1 medication, whether it's for weight loss or diabetes. There's a few things that I can help you with in the beginning.
The thing is, you don't want to think of it as a magic bullet. It isn't that. Think of it as another tool in your kit for helping you to stay on track and keep healthy. The medication can reduce your appetite and help you feel fuller for longer, but it's your daily habits that will determine how strong and how healthy you become. First thing to expect when you start your weight loss medication is not just to not feel hungry. Some people do have some side effects, which can include some nausea, some bloating, maybe even constipation, and that's usually during the first few weeks. Not everyone gets that, but some people can. Now, when your dose increases, you might get that as well. Now, these symptoms often settle, but it's important to listen to your body. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see in people that are just starting out is eating far too little. Initially, you will lose weight if you do that, if you're barely eating, but you're also going to increase the risk of losing muscle mass. And that is so important to maintain our muscle mass. You're going to feel fatigued, you're going to feel not well because you're missing out on really important nutrients. So you just need to make every single mouthful count, especially in the beginning when your appetite is really low. So you want to aim to include protein with every single meal. And we're looking at really good quality sources of protein, and that can be plant protein and animal protein. So you're thinking about chicken, fish, tofu, beans, lentils, and they're going to help you preserve muscles whilst you're losing weight. Because your appetite is low, you may find 3 large meals a day really overwhelming. So smaller, balanced meals often work much better. You want to eat slowly and stop when you're comfortably full, which might be a new feeling that you're looking out for. There's no pressure to clean your plate. Now, hydration is also another big one, because many people don't realize that GLP-1s can actually blunt your thirst and reduce your thirst. So you want to sip water like it's your job. You want to hydrate throughout the day, especially in the hot weather, and even if you're not feeling thirsty. So don't forget your fruit and vegetables as well. They're packed with fiber and so important. And you may not fancy them, but you still need to make an effort. You want those vitamins, those minerals, and you want to help support your digestion, especially if constipation comes an issue, which it will do if you're only eating protein. Also, to help with everything move along, to help you feel good, to release endorphins, you want to think about movement. Now is not the time to start punishing yourself with hours of cardio. What you really want to do is build muscle. Think strength, think resistance training, think lifting weights or body weight. So you can use resistant bands. As I said, body weight is fine as well, but you must start incorporating that into your routine. I'd say this is one of the biggest things, as well as eating enough protein, because we're preserving muscle mass is not only important for your metabolism, but it's also important for healthy aging and maintaining your independence later on in life. So the last thing you want to do is become weaker, thinner and weaker. You want to become lean and strong and healthy. And so that isn't about how small you can get. It's not about being a size 6, 8, 10. It's about being your best self, strong, healthy, nourished, good sleep, good hydration. Ultimately, the goal is to improve your health and improve your relationship with food, and to build habits that will stay with you long after the medication is finished. Now, it might be that you actually have to stay on this medication on and off or constantly for the rest of your life. And I know that sounds really scary to think you're going to be on a medication, but the way I look at it is, if you have had a weight problem or obesity your whole life, and you lose the weight as soon as you go back on the drug, then as soon as you come off the drug, then maybe the weight will come back on. Now, this again, everyone's individually. You've got to speak to your provider, speak to your doctor. This is just anecdotal advice, because I do work with people that take a GLP-1. If you are starting the pill form of GLP-1 or starting the injections, you really must definitely, my top tips are: eat protein with every single meal. Think about your fiber as well, because you want to keep your digestive system moving. You don't want to get constipated, and that's what's going to happen if you just eat protein. Think about fruit and vegetables, even if it's a small amount of greens. You just really need to get your vitamins and minerals. Movement, start off small. Start with a 5-minute walk after every meal. Start with body weight squats. There's tons of things online that you can do on YouTube, some free workouts. And then you can maybe invest in a pair of hand weights or start filling water bottles up. But it's really important you think about maintaining muscle strength whilst losing body fat.